Welcome to the Otaku Nation podcast, episode 3. Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? Alongside with me is a man who doesn't stop and he keeps on talking in the good way. He is AKA It's Story Time with Jayvee. Pascua, how you doing, man?
What's up?
And I am the current admin of Facebook group Anime Lovers, facebook.com/group/Anime Lovers admin. I am John Larry Bato, remember that. So, let's get started with the Otaku Nation podcast. And JV, what have you been watching this past week?
I rewatched an anime called Escaflowne. It was an anime that I watched as a kid, but then there were two different networks that showed it. So then I watched each different network, but then it reached the point where like both networks sort of went two separate ways. I think it was because there were two different dubs during the time when they did this, and these two networks had like their own different dubs. And when they diverged, when they reached a certain point, they like the stories sort of they didn't match with each other, and then like it got confusing. And so I decided to rewatch it now, just like one single dub, and like
Was the dub good?
The dub's all right. I suggest the Japanese one because during this time, most anime or that was shown in the like I guess Canada and the US, it was fairly like censored, and so I watched Escaflowne or the version of Escaflowne, depending on how it is, and the English dub is fine for what it was in its time period, like for what it needed to be during that time. And the Japanese though, I highly recommend the English one if you if you like the English dubbed anime, because it's really good. And then I also highly recommend the Japanese one because without sort of the censors that the American audience put on it, it's probably a lot better. But the thing about this anime though is it still holds up. I still like, it has that nostalgia factor of you and your childhood watching it, of like watching like, let's just, before I continue on, Escaflowne is a medieval fantasy series with some modern elements in it. And yeah, it still holds up. The animation is really good for its time, and the action is pretty badass, and it's really good anime. And so that's been that's the older anime that I watched. Some recent stuff that I've watched are Gankutsuou, The Count of Monte Cristo, which is roughly based on a book, The Count of Monte Cristo. The book itself is really good, and with the anime, it's really good itself. But of course, it's roughly based on the book, and it really roughly
just remember
based.
that, guys.
Just remember that, yeah, roughly based off the book.
Don't expect like exact points on that anime.
Don't expect it to be the exact same story if you read The Count of Monte Cristo and enjoy that book. But the thing is, if you read that book, I think you'll also enjoy this show as well, because the thing is, it's a new take on The Count of Monte Cristo. The Count of Monte Cristo took place in the past. This one takes place in the future, and the main character, the Count, as they call him, the thing about him is he will have you enthralled. The way he talks, the way he acts, he's just smooth. He is complete, like liquid smooth with his delivery as a main character, and she's pretty badass in the anime itself, and he has a pretty good story. And the thing is, but I'll say this now as a warning. The show sort of has this very unique animation style where most of the textures on it, or most of the textures or most of the set pieces are made out of like this fabric or look like these fabric materials, and it can get dizzy at times. I didn't find it dizzying because, well, I could just look at it and be fine with it. However, for those people who have issues with like a lot of like poppy and very just like booming colors, be careful. I think I've read some articles about like some people actually like getting seizures from actually watching the show because of how they do the textures. Another newer anime that I watch is an anime called Madoka Magica.
It's not technically new.
Well, it's fairly recent. It's old to probably some viewers.
Okay.
Or some people who like watch it later on, but it's one of like the most recent ones I watched. Because the thing is, like, it's in the 2000s, right? Or yeah, it's within like the 2000 range. I think like when did it come out?
I think it's like 2010 or something like that.
Okay, yeah, 2010. So only like 3 years old. But the thing about as I was saying, the way I would describe it, it's like Cardcaptors mixed with Sailor Moon, but then with like an edgier, darker vibe.
There's a lot of reviewers on YouTube that praise this anime for being so good. Like, I'm actually so interested in watching it, but I haven't really come across to it for, I don't know.
Various reasons.
Well,
Does it
the
like
one's the hype, but like,
does it look like weird to you? Because at first I was like the same thing too. Because you watch like previews.
the weird thing is about no, I actually got like it looks like I was really interested to it, but I don't know, for some reason I just couldn't get to the show.
Question: why were you interested in like? Because the thing is, when I watched it, I was like, I immediately put it to the side and said, "Oh yeah, I'm not interested," because it looked like the cutesy like magic girl type of thing.
Well, like
and then like I gave it a chance after like reading some stuff on it.
probably because part of it is
And then-
probably because I thought there would be like a lot of fan service knowing that the main protagonist is the female protagonist.
Yeah, but the main protagonist looks like a little girl.
yeah, but there's anime. There's
Yeah,
gonna
fair
be
enough,
tendencies
fair enough.
where moments like that is going to happen.
Yeah,
but
but
I thought the majority of that is going to happen, and sometimes like that stuff gets annoying.
yeah.
But I saw the trailer of it. I thought the whole concept is pretty interesting to me.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, the thing is, it does follow like the storyline of like a magic girl, where a girl finds some magical stuff, and then basically like that puts her on the magical journey. But then she meets like four other people, same like, they find magic stuff too. They form a team, 5 people, and then
It's probably because of that too.
yeah,
Where I didn't really want to watch it, but even though it was interesting because the concept almost sounds like your typical like anime show where you find something so interesting and magical, and then you meet up with friends that will help you out throughout the journey. It's something like that
Yeah.
kind of stopped me from watching it though.
in the beginning it's like that, but then later on in the episodes it gets a lot darker than you would perceive it to be, like especially from watching how the episodes are or how the beginning is. It's very colorful, it's very cutesy, so you think, oh yeah, it's gonna go in that path, and it does to a certain degree, but then later on in the episodes it gets darker, which is sort of interesting because it was unexpected when I watched it, but at the same time it was cool, or it came as a surprise, which an enjoyable surprise I may add, and it just became quite interesting, just the dynamic of how it set it up, this anime, and I highly recommend you watch it. It's pretty good.
I was for a
Yeah.
long time really thinking about watching it, but I just couldn't come through, taking the time to watch this anime though. Is it short? Is it the anime short?
I think it was like 20 something,
Oh,
26.
it's not bad then.
Like
I can
something.
marathon that.
Yeah. It's like a regular like it's not like a shonen anime. It's like it's like your regular like
It's not fairy tale. It's not
Yeah.
Naruto, Bleach, and all that One Piece.
it's like your regular anime that goes on for its like like certain amount of episodes, and then it ends and bam, it doesn't it doesn't continue on, which sort of sucks with a lot of anime in regards to that are like, there are a lot of animes that are a lot better than shonen animes.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
And like that's just only because the fangirls and the fanboys about.
Yeah, to a certain degree, yeah. At the
That's just
same
how shonen is,
Yeah.
basically.
At the same time, I wish like a lot of anime that weren't shonen and just ended, or that just ended, I wish they would continue on, or maybe explore like different like alternate stuff with the
Again,
storyline.
with the shonen stuff like Naruto and One Piece, the whole story just confuses you. I said this before, like the first episode, like 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
where it's just you gotta stop doing this stuff and just go back to the main point of the anime.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah. And I know I'm probably like being a dead horse when I say this. Like with Fate Zero, like that was 26 episodes. I just wish like they could have, and then of course it ties into like Fate Stay Night, which is
Is that the second part or is that the first part?
the thing is, Fate Stay Night came out first,
Okay.
and then Fate Zero came out as a prequel to Fate Stay Night.
Okay.
And so Fate Zero happened first, but since Fate Stay Night happened earlier and like it took a longer time for Fate Zero to come out, you could see the difference in quality with animation and storytelling and sort of seriousness that comes with Fate Zero in regard with Fate Stay Night. Fate Stay Night, it's it's your typical, like, with the character, it's very typical in the sense that they're in high school, and it's one of those high school like superpower or like magical stuff type of stories. While with Fate Stay Night, it's a lot more like it's serious and it's a lot more grittier. So that's the issue with it, in the sense that you watch Fate Stay Night, you want more of it, and then you go on to you watch Fate Zero, and it's really good, and then you want more of it, so then you watch Fate Stay Night. But since Fate Zero was made later on, Fate Stay Night, the quality of it, since it was made in like 2006, 2005 or something, since the quality of it doesn't stack up to Fate Zero, because of like the changes in anime, or because of the changes of how serious anime is.
You watch Fate Stay Night, right? The entire series?
Yeah.
Would you say that you should watch that before watching Fate Zero?
You know what? To a certain degree, yes. I say watch Fate Stay Night before watching Fate Zero. The thing is, if you sort of want to work your way up, because the thing about Fate Zero is it's like super good. It's really good.
How good is it? Is it better than Fate Zero?
No, sorry, my bad. Fate Zero.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
okay.
There's like a lot. Sorry about messing up like the titles and stuff.
Yeah.
Fate Stay Night, Fate Zero. The thing about Fate Zero is it's really good, and the thing is, to a point, it's really good to a point where you don't want to watch it first, because the thing is, you want to build your way up to it. Because the thing is, if you watch a really good anime and like that becomes the benchmark, but if it's so good, it will ultimately be the benchmark, and then further anime that you watch will never be as good or never be as enjoyable. Yep. So that's the thing. That's why I say watch Fate Stay Night, because if you watch it and then watch Fate Zero later on, then you'll be pleasantly surprised, because Fate Stay Night, it's enjoyable, but then once you transition to Fate Zero, it just takes it to a whole nother level.
So it's just another added goddamn amazing shit.
Yeah. Well, with Fate Stay Night, I enjoyed the action, and I enjoyed, it was alright for me, but the thing is, like, it was enjoyable in the sense that it is what it is. But the thing about it, though, is it could have been better. With its premise and the storytelling and the action that happened in it, it could have been better. I just wish like they did so much more with character development, because Fate Zero does really well in character development. So I wish Fate Stay Night did that,
making it better.
Yeah,
that could be kind of a little bit of a problem, because because you go on to Fate Zero.
Yeah, I know, it's understandable, because
they probably did that on purpose. Just get you excited about the next series that will come out, which would be Fate Zero.
Yeah, no, well, it's understandable too that like Fate Stay Night is not as good as Fate Zero, just because of how far apart they are when they were released. So I guess, because the thing about Fate Stay Night, though, is it was enjoyable to a certain degree, but it wasn't like top-notch anime. So I think like the people responsible for that wanted to like up the ante and make a good anime in their Fate franchise. And I think they did that with Fate Zero, but since they wanted to make it good, I think they moved away from what Fate Stay Night was and made Fate Zero into like a separate or like a totally different monster as far as anime goes in relation to the Fate series.
So I would always say this, how would you rate it, Fate Stay Night?
Is it I'll give Fate Stay Night a 7 out of 10.
Wow. So it's a,
and then
it's like
it's it does all right on just passing the bench or passing the middle point of like ratings. It's not a 5, but then it's not completely a 6, so it's a tiny bit better than that. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10. At the same time, with Fate Zero, it's a 9.5 out of 10. So it's a lot higher there.
From you. It's understandable.
And the thing is, so I rewatched it again just because just because of the hype that's surrounding the dub with it.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
dub is really
Everyone's getting excited about the dub
yeah
that's coming up.
because it's because of
A lot of anime reviewers on
yeah.
YouTube that I subscribe to have been talking about
That's because of like the cast and just I guess the production that's involved in it. I mean the cast, the music, and to people who've seen the show itself in the Japanese dub, the animation's beautiful. And the action's pretty epic. There's a lot of character development. So now we get an English dub of that, and it's quite exciting. Especially I think once people saw the cast, it really hyped it up some more. At the same time, and it's everything has yet to be determined. It's still in production. You still have to wait for it to come out in English dub. But once it does, I hope it's good. But the thing about it, though, is I think it's only on like a certain network or on a certain thing. Fate Zero.
like Funimation or
I think it's Funimation.
or Aniplex.
Actually, I'm not sure now. But what I mean by it is it,
Because Funimation,
no, they said no. I don't like those are the two companies making the main dubs.
but I actually know a lot
Yeah.
about dubs, and Funimation.
No,
There are-
no. Like I don't like when I saw the cast, I was fine with because the cast was
Okay.
pretty badass. Just to say this, they already have Crispin Freeman. Yeah, like I don't know entirely the cast. Like I don't remember all entirely the names. They have Crispin Freeman and Johnny Young Bosch, and they're playing villains. They're not even
no
like
girls, no girls. There is no Vic Mignogna because like every time when me and my friends, like some other friends, were talking about like English dubs, all the fangirls would come to us. Vic Mignogna's in it? No, he's not in it.
It's because
Sorry.
it's because of Full Metal Alchemist.
And his like quote unquote from fangirl sexy voice.
What are you talking about, sexy voice?
Yo, there's a lot of girls who say his voice is like goddamn hot.
Dude. Crispin Freeman, man, that voice when he like that bass.
Trust me, go talk to any like fangirl out there, and like if you talk about Vic Mignogna, they're gonna go nuts about him.
And honestly, if you like see him, like his voice looks so off because you have a grown ass man when like this.
The 15-year-old voice,
Yeah.
that's pretty disgusting,
But yeah, like I was saying, they already have in Fate Zero. They already have like Crispin Freeman playing the main villain. He's not even the main protagonist in the series, and he's playing the main villain. And then you have Johnny Young Bosch playing a minor villain. Like, come on, Johnny Young Bosch.
Johnny Young Bosch is awesome.
He's a leading man in anime, but he's playing a minor villain in
which
this.
is
So
like find out a
goddamn.
problem because Johnny Young Bosch is one of those guys I actually love seeing him dub. His work is really, really
Yeah,
good.
but like goddamn, he's playing a minor villain.
Yeah, I
so holy
know.
shit. They have Jameson Pierce, who's from Gankutsuou, for the Count of Monte Cristo, and him and Crispin Freeman, like those two people together, like both guys have like really deep, really deep, cool sounding voices when they want to.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, of course, Crispin Freeman from Hellsing, that voice, and then if you want to see Jameson Pierce at its best, watch Gankutsuou, the Count of Monte Cristo. He's also done like stuff for like StarCraft as like some alien shit that like super deep voice. So yeah, he's pretty sick. And then I just love how they already have like this awesome like that's not even the full cast too, and you already have like 3 big names there. And I just love how like they could just do this, have that cast, and then for another like minor or not minor character, but like he barely has any lines within the series. They have a character, and its voice actor is Kyle Hebert, who played Gohan on Dragon Ball Z.
You told me that.
And I just love how they could just do that, where you already have like, because Kyle Hebert has a pretty like, he has a pretty like good career as far as voice acting goes, and he did play Gohan, and he's a very like
Which one? Which Gohan? Like teen? Is it teen Gohan or is it adult Gohan?
I think adult Gohan.
The adult Gohan?
Yeah. But yeah, I just love how they could just go for it and say, yeah, we have this awesome cast too. And even our minor characters or our characters that barely have enough lines, and they have good
For the
voice
love of
actors
God,
too.
John Young Bosch is part of that minor lineup, so
Fair enough.
you're going to see this anime become
He gets
pretty interesting to look
you
at.
get some lines like Johnny Young Bosch, like from what I've seen from like the Japanese one, but he doesn't get as much lines as like some of the other characters. Can you like actually Can you actually look up like the cast of like Fate Zero, like the English cast? Because once you see it, you'll be like, what the shit? Like, anyways. So yeah, I rewatched that because the English dub is hyping me up. What else have I watched? I think I've watched, because the thing is, I watched like a mix of old and like new anime, or like old school and new school, and it's pretty sick. Just a combination of both. All right, John, you have the English cast.
Oh, unfortunately, they don't have it in the Anime News Network.
Try it on this side. It's usually on like the
there's
second
the
side.
English cast. There
Here.
it is. There it is.
Here, okay. Go up a bit. All right. Do you like recognize any names on there,
Well,
John?
obviously Johnny Young Bosch. Liam, actually. I forgot what he did, but I remember that name.
You could actually click
Christina V. Okay, that's one of those YouTubers on. I've subscribed to her on YouTube before, and her voice is actually pretty amazing.
on, and he's in the and she's in the cast.
She's in the cast.
Do you
That's
know-
insane.
Do you know
I think I've seen Jameson Price too before.
do you see Saber? Do you see the
No,
Saber as their like English cast?
I don't see Saber there.
Kari Walrid.
Nope.
No, up top, the top one,
shit.
Saber.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Do you know
there
who
go, there you
Kari Walrin or Walrin is? Click on her name because you could actually click on the name and like see the cast. Anyways, we're just like seeing the cast now for Fate Zero, because the thing is, if you look at the cast, they actually have like very impressive like roles as far as like anime goes.
Dude, she. Oh, that's non. There you go. Oh, she was also part of the main role of those Cardcaptor movie. That's pretty impressive.
Bam, baboom.
Yeah.
Like so, yeah. You see from like the cast that they're like really, they're really like they're
She
really
was part of the well-known name animes like Code Geass, Digimon, even Eureka 7. Oh my god, I didn't even know she was part of Eureka 7.
yeah.
Cause I saw the English dub for Eureka 7, and that shit was really really good.
She was in like Ghost in the Shell.
Even all the Naruto stuff too.
Yeah. So this girl like the thing about this though is like there's a big uproar about like the
She was also hold on a second. She was also Fu from Samurai Champloo. Oh my god, I didn't even know that she was Fu.
and she's in this cast along with Crispin Freeman and Johnny
Man,
Young
I
Bosch.
didn't even know it. That's a very like badass lineup.
Like
already.
cast
That's,
right there.
That's a very.
But the thing is, there's like uproar about like Saber, who's a character in Fate Zero, because the thing is, this is her third English actor, like with the English dubs. Because there was Fate Stay Night and there was the movie Unlimited Blade Works with the Fate series, and like they always and so she's had two different English voice actors with those two stuff, and then in Fate Zero, this is her third actress, and not only that too, but the character of Saber is supposed to be British and stuff like that. So there's that issue. But you know what? I've seen her work, like, and she's a beast, like in anime. So
she got
come on.
like freaking 100 roles in like some like a lot of anime shows. So
and you already know, like,
she has a very
Yeah.
amazing track record right now.
and like you already have like all these other like amazing like voice actors already involved in the cast, and so it's just gonna be it's gonna be like one hell of a good show once it comes out.
We'll see. Sometimes there's gonna be a disappointment,
Yeah.
but who are to judge? We haven't even seen the dub yet.
Yeah, it has yet to be determined, guys.
Yeah, but just judging by on paper, it looks freaking amazing. Just like the Toronto Blue Jays, the 2013 season.
Are you gonna use that as like a segue for like baseball anime? Use that as a segue.
Well, I did like, cause baseball season has started, and I am a big sports anime fan. Honestly, like I don't see why. I met like with so many friends that think baseball anime is lame, and like I think they haven't like given a chance.
It makes like the sports epic. Like
if you're a sports guy, then that's why I'm a sports guy myself. That's why I love like sports anime a lot,
Yeah.
and I've watched a lot, even like the worst from like the best ever from my. Most notably though, the best sports anime is a baseball anime.
what about like the basketball that
Slam Dunk?
no
Kuroko? Well, no. Kuroko Basketball
The one with like the weird like blue hair
with
and
all the
stuff like
colorful, typical
Yeah.
anime hair. But Kuroko Basketball is the second best.
that. Okay, fair enough.
There's a lot of new people out there who haven't saw the old classic famous slam dunk anime.
Or Dear Boys.
Dear Boy actually.
Yo,
I'll-
Dear Boys holds up. Like,
Dear
the
Boys is
animation-
not bad, but that's because like there's so many basketball anime that just kills it so badly.
Yeah.
Dear Boys, if it was just that only basketball anime, people would probably love it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sports anime fans out there that says Dear Boys is not that impressive because the animation's so whacked up.
Really?
Yeah.
In
There's
Dear-
Dear Boys.
Yeah, it was fun.
The
to me.
animation, they say, is so, choppy. And
Oh, okay. I could see where they're coming from.
And the openings too. They think the opening is lame.
Yeah, it is.
It's not bad. And the ending too, it's all rap. It's like it's like old school basketball right
Yeah.
there. So okay, back to Kuroko Basketball.
I like it.
It's number 2. Have you
Right.
seen Slam Dunk before?
Yeah.
Okay. What would you say about Slam Dunk? Between Slam Dunk and Kuroko Basketball, which two basketball anime do you think it's better?
It's hard for me to say. I sort of like the story of Kuroko Basketball, but then I just love just how big the cast is in Slam Dunk, and it's actually like an NBA not
Feel to it.
feel to it just because of how
How huge these
how hu-
guys are.
how huge the cast is with Slam Dunk, because you think this character is the main character and then boom, you're introduced to another thing. Well, with Kuroko Basketball,
Kuroko Basketball. The anime is about not just Kuroko himself, but
I
the
know.
team itself.
yeah, it's
You know
that. It was it was sort of like a dream team type of thing where
Yeah.
these 5
Well, they're not technically
the dream
the
team.
best guys ever, but
They're the best in high school.
the best in their region.
and they divide up and start off their own team in different ways and compete against each other. And so
Yeah. I was gonna say, okay, Kuroko Basketball, the second best, only because Slam Dunk, not only because it's so old school and it feels like a real basketball.
feel to it.
Because you see Kuroko Basketball and you see some guy who shoots 3-pointers from the other side of the court. Do you know how
And,
I was mind fucked when I saw that guy shoot 5 straight 3-pointers, just going farther and farther, and until he went half
No.
full courted.
Don't worry. I know how you feel.
Do you know how physically impossible he shot it like it was nothing?
Don't worry. I know how you feel. The main character, there are moments where
And the main character Kuroko,
when he passes, it's Hadouken.
yeah, he freaking just
He does.
bombs it.
He just Hadoukens the ball as a pass. That's how he passes.
He
It's
plays it like he's playing volleyball.
yeah.
That was the thing, and he can't even play so many other things. But the weirdest thing about it is that he's the most valuable player on the team.
Isn't he the 6th man?
No, he's a starter.
No, in the generation.
Oh,
of
that's the weirdest,
Yeah.
even weirder, because he's a 6th man, and all
the
he
group
could
of,
do
the
is
Generation
Generation of Miracles.
Generation of Miracles. There you go.
And the only thing he could do is palm the living crap out of the ball.
And Hadoukens in when he passes.
Yeah. He makes an alley oop. Okay, there's a guy
If you
passing
don't
it
know
to
what
him.
Hadouken is, play Street Fighter.
Please Street Fighter. I'll be surprised if none of you guys don't even know what Hadouken means. Okay, so I've seen a guy there's the opening of the anime, the first one. Do you remember where a guy would pass the ball to Kuroko?
Yeah.
He would be behind the defender, and he would pass it like that. He would pass it behind, lofts it up, and for some reason the alley oop makes it.
Oh yeah.
That was mind fucked.
Because wasn't he going forward?
Yeah.
If science, physics works in this, he's going forward because that's where the opposing where the opponent's net is. So you have to score on that. So they're playing defense. So it looks like he's going forward to score the ball or get in get in the zone with get in the offensive zone and score on the defenders. Because you have this guy in front of him defending him. So obviously it seems like the net would be forward or in front of him to score. So then he does, he does a backwards pass. And apparently it's an alley-oop to somebody.
Yeah.
So then it's wait, so did they score on their own net? So then that's the mindfuck that goes there. So I guess they just did that for the opening to make it look epic. But at the same time, just Logic.
It's like they just okay. We all seen this typical like it's Dragon Ball Z. That is basketball Dragon Ball Z.
Well, like
Period.
all the different characters were like. I'll say this though. God damn, they have like a character in it that's like 6'10" who's in high school. The pink hair guy in it
Oh, that has yet to be shown.
that has yet to be shown.
That was supposed to happen this spring.
But it hasn't happened yet.
Here's the weird part because it was supposed to happen. Something happened in Japan where like the author got threatened by some like fan who tells him like to stop putting up Kuroko manga book like manga volumes, right?
Yeah.
He threatened him by actually planting a bomb
What the
in his place
damn?
and like poison stuff in the
Shit.
gym. So like it was weird because there was actually like people investigating this problem and it took months to find out who did it. I don't even know the name, but they caught him and now they're resuming that this coming summer.
This coming summer.
Yeah, but unfortunately it was supposed to happen.
It's a basketball anime to watch
Yeah.
during the summer.
I just remember the guy who did like the half court and full court shot with no
It
problem.
was like the red hair.
No, it was a green hair.
Oh, green hair?
Midorima? That was his name, Midorima.
You watched it too?
I saw it.
Oh, okay.
And like, here's another guy that pisses me off. The guy with the blue hair,
Yeah.
Aomine. That guy, he plays street ball. What he does in the court is something that even LeBron James can't even do
Michael Jordan can't do.
on a consistent basis. This guy would shoot a layup behind the net. He would go like his hands are so I would think his hands are like monstrous because he would hold that ball, flip it around, put it behind his back, and behind the net, flings it up and gets the shot in like nothing, like it was nothing. You remember his crossover moves,
Yeah.
right? All that crossover moves. Do you
three guys in
think?
front of him.
Do you honestly think even street ballers out there in the world? Do you think they can do that?
No.
No.
So I guess
Holy shit! This guy, like they make him look like he's the god of basketball.
I think they do that with like once it shows during the summer with like these other characters. Yeah, I think I think they'll do the same. Like they'll say that these guys are like the god. Yeah, I think everyone like all the like generation of miracles are like the gods of basketball.
Like
Like
if
English
this
anime.
anime ever continued toward the point where everyone gets drafted into the NBA, you're
Shit.
going to see like a Japanese guy just dominating everything in the NBA. Like they'll be like, "Yo, there's gonna be a next LeBron James." No, fuck that. He's like God.
Just you wait till like, cause I've read some of the manga too. Just wait till you get to like later on in the episodes where they introduce like the tall pink, like the pink haired guy. What's his name?
Oh, his name is Murakashabi, something like that. It's so long.
Yo, king of defense. Like I was like reading the stuff on him, and damn, he has like a move called like I don't know, it was like whirlwind tomahawk or something like that. I forgot what it's called, but like come on, like it sounded sick to me. It was like some defensive shit. I don't know, but like something crazy.
You know what? Unfortunately, though, because like if he does ever make it to the NBA, I don't think he'll make it to the All-Star team because they don't give two shits about defense at all.
Yeah, no, but the thing is though, like apparently from what I've read, he's supposed to be the best out of all of them. I'm like,
No.
I'm like, what?
Aomine.
He's like this. He's like the center. Because the thing is, like, he's playing like in the story. He's playing defense now, but like apparently he could score too if he wanted to. It's just like he doesn't want to score because like he lost his like spirit for the game or shit like that.
Oh yeah.
So like apparently like
we got a little preview of that little intensity that he brought.
And apparently he's supposed to be semi-psychotic.
He looked pretty like fucked up in the just a little mini like
So,
cameos
yeah.
of him.
So we could just say like Slam Dunk has this.
Slam dunk represents what real basketball is about.
It's real too. Like
It's real.
in a sense like yeah, it's real, and not only that too, but then like the characters are believable too, in the sense that like even height wise, they're quite believable. Cause like like what was Kuroko Basketball? Is it called?
Kuroko Basketball?
Yeah. Like seriously, they have a character that's 6'10", at least with like Slam Dunk. Like the max is like 6'7", which is
Oh
understandable.
no, 6'5". Tallest one is 6'5".
Really 6'5"?
Yeah. Is it 6'5"?
whatever.
believe so.
Like yeah, slam dunk. There's no like really. They're really sort of around the same height, so there's no big domination among the teams with this.
And like we
with
also
slam dunk.
we also get to see a player who's never played ball, and we see that guy, the red-haired Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman, the red. Yes.
Sakuragi Hanamichi. There you go. We get to see him like get better as episodes go by. It seems like, it developed perfectly to a sense that that's what a developed basketball player is all about. You find your weaknesses, you find your strengths,
and work on them.
And you work your butt on that shit. And he turns out to be one of the most monstrous rebounders, like freaking dumbass, like badass guy.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah. Kuroko Basketball, it's alright. It's alright.
Slam Dunk's the best.
Yeah, but Slam Dunk is better. I think Slam Dunk lasts longer too. So if you're really into like some basketball
and the
stuff.
comedy in Slam Dunk is nice. It's not like it's not too much, but it's there and like it's timed perfectly.
Yeah. So anyways, you were gonna get to baseball like anime before we.
Oh
yeah.
I've watched like I think 5 baseball animes.
Shit.
Ever. One of them was like an all girls team. That's.
The thing is, like, I haven't watched.
It's not that important.
Any like baseball anime, but like the thing is, like, if I could I watch basketball anime because I like basketball, and you like you watch baseball anime because you like baseball.
Yeah.
So it's like that dynamic.
I'll tell you. Can you handle like 100 or more episodes?
No.
Oh, because this baseball anime to me is.
I think like I skipped like 500 or like 300 different episodes of One Piece.
But like, okay, this baseball anime to me is the best sports anime of all time, in my opinion. It's 100 episodes though, so I don't think you could probably handle it.
Matching up to the baseball season. Man.
However, though, it's not like Naruto or Bleach where they just change goals. This anime called Major. Have you heard of it?
No.
We get to see a baseball player named Goro. We get to see through his eyes of his life from preschool days all the way to his days at the major league level.
Shit. So was it like like his preschool days? So like, is it like actually like you see him grow up, or is it like?
Yeah, we actually get to see this guy grow up.
So like, so
every season program.
So there's no like.
It's not like that. That's the thing I loved about it. There's not like no skips. You actually get to see him from preschool.
You see him develop to become a baseball player.
And that's the goal, to be the best in the world. And that's what he did throughout the entire thing. He basically tried his best to get better at something or find something new and get better at that. There's Goro. Starting from his preschool days, we get to see him with his dad, who's a major league player. Not MLB, Japan, the Japan Pro Leagues.
Japan Pro Leagues is pretty sick too.
It's really good. I mean, people think, because it's so.
It's Japan. It's
weird.
It's
Japan.
Like,
it doesn't say Major League Baseball.
I think that's the reason why probably this anime is like pretty. Like you're saying, it's the best sports anime. It's understandable because people in Japan love their baseball, man.
They work their butts off.
Yeah, they love their baseball.
Sports anime.
It's baseball in general. Like they they love anime, but they love the sport of baseball too. Like Japanese people.
Yeah.
So they'll make it probably appeals to like those baseball fans.
So like you can see him watching his father do his thing. The problem though with the father is that he's in the minors. And when you think about it, the minors is like it's so depressing, you could say.
Yeah.
Especially when he's not even young. He's already old. He's already past his prime. And after all his days, he's been a minor league player. He's never made to the major leagues because of a shoulder problem. He's a pitcher. He decided, the father, that instead of becoming a left-handed pitcher, he would be a left-handed batter. Although the episodes in that, it goes quickly in his preschool days. It actually goes pretty quickly. Like, it takes 5 episodes to realize what his dad does and all that. And like, I don't want to like spoil the entire thing because it's so heartbreaking. It's also very heartbreaking to watch this show because of the dad. I'll just tell you this: because of the dad, it made the show. Spoiler alert!
It's
not even a spoiler alert.
If this leads on to it,
it doesn't. I'll just say because of the dad. Because of the dad, this anime went on to become the most amazing thing I've ever watched ever. I can't really. It's hard to describe it because it was so good. There's so many things on my mind that happened in this show that were just all positive. Honestly, like it could be like the number one anime for me of all time. That's how good this anime show is.
When you brought up like about the thing about like the son becoming the best, like the and like the father sort of not like what do you call it, not being the best and stuff like that. It's sort of
The funny thing is that he doesn't hate him for that, or he doesn't think he's lame. He thinks he's the best.
Yeah, no,
Like
it's
he like praises to him. Like that's the thing with him, because like he's so into baseball when he was such a little kid that
it's like Joe Bryant and Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, exactly.
If you watch basketball,
in the NBA,
NBA,
like
Joe Bryant, not a better player than his son, but his son still respects him. His son, of course, being Kobe Bryant, a 4-time NBA champion. 4-time MVP, I think?
No, he's only one-time MVP.
Oh, one-time MVP.
One time.
Go figure.
But he could have been like probably like 3 times.
Yeah.
If LeBron James wasn't there.
The 4th all-time leading scorer in the NBA.
Yep.
He just passed Will Chamberlain. So yeah, but his dad, like, so you have Kobe Bryant. He averages like 20 or 20 like 6 points a game. His dad
only
only
like his career high.
Yeah, around there. His father like only averaged 2. But you know, he still respects his father, because the thing is, without his father, he wouldn't have been introduced to basketball, and he wouldn't have developed to the player that he is now.
Like Major,
yeah,
where the son just respects him so much because like he loves watching his dad do his thing, and he thinks it's like the most exciting sport to play. So he got inspired by his dad to play the game that he loves.
Yeah, so it's like that story, but then like baseball.
It is.
Bam.
I would like, especially you. Even if you're not into baseball, especially with the episodes that much.
The thing is, like, if it's a good like
it's
thing,
it's really good.
I'll probably watch it, because like
take a chance to watch at least the first season, which has 26
Yeah.
episodes. If you think you can handle like another extra 26 and another 26, then by all means keep watching.
The thing is, like, if it excites me for it, then I probably will. Like, I'm not into baseball, but there's like a baseball movie coming out called like 42, the story of a drill legend.
Story, I've actually
like,
wanted to watch that.
Yeah, there's a movie
so
like on baseball, like
Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, Jackie Robinson, and like I actually want to really watch it badly too, because like it looks really cool, because I love like sports epic movies, something like that.
The thing with Major too, it's also epic.
Yeah,
like,
so like if it's that like type of thing, then I'll probably watch it.
I would like recommend to everybody out there, even in general, who don't even watch sports or hate sports that much, to watch it, because it's not just all about baseball too. It has a really good mixture.
It has heart.
As hard, it has like what your genres would usually have. It even has romance. Okay, romance.
All you fangirls.
There's also comedy for the guys who there's not too much. There's like at certain points there's gonna be like your funny moments here and there.
Yeah.
And like there's adventure, because we get to see this guy grow up from his days as a 5-year-old all the way to his days as a 19-year-old guy.
Boy Meets World style. If you've watched Boy Meets World on ABC.
That's the thing with the show. We get to see from the best of his moments to the worst of his moments. You'll get into this emotionally. And Major, honestly, I've never been so emotionally attached to this like ever. Major is the best shit that ever happened in my life. That's how good this show is. 1,000 out of 10. I'll just point it out there. Story, freaking 10,000. The characters are actually pretty good there too.
Well, throughout, like, it's 100 episodes, so I'm pretty sure they can get like
development
character development
is
in it.
Put out like perfectly.
Yeah, I think like 100 episodes is. I think that's if an anime is really really good. I think either 50 or 100 episodes is what they should get, because that way it doesn't feel too long, but that way it feels like you've been like you've been there. That way like it feels like a journey, but it doesn't feel like it went on for too long, like One Piece.
Yeah,
it's like 500 episodes and it's still like no end in sight.
I'll say this though. The ending of the anime show, I did get a little bit upset about it because it didn't end as the way I wanted it to be. But there are 2 OVA episodes that will alternate. Yeah, alternate. It's not even alternate. It's like
what a true ending.
We even go farther until he becomes like a 26-year-old guy,
and then he's in the MLB.
And those 2 final episodes will make you feel much better than the final episode of your series.
At least it wraps it up like that.
Yeah.
Not like the Mass Effect 2 ending.
And there's like another special OVA episode where you go further, like until he's 38.
Good. They wrap it up. Not like the Walking Dead ending. You've seen that, Michael? The Walking Dead ending?
And like we get to see him. Okay, I don't want to spoil that because it's actually so interesting. If you guys plan to watch the entire thing, I'm not gonna spoil it for you because that special OVA will get you into it, even though it's only like 24 minutes. It'll get you emotionally attached to it even more than ever, and like you would wish you want to watch more of that stuff again, like until he actually cannot even move for shit.
He becomes a coach. What about that?
I wish that happened though.
He becomes a coach.
Okay, I'll spoil that for you. No, he does not
Oh.
become a coach.
Well, like that's understandable because like when you put like you want to watch more of it, but then like at the same time you're like, if he
That's
becomes
how you end it.
yeah, that's how you end it. He becomes the best and stuff like that. That's how you end it. Like if you make him a coach, then it's like okay, he's not the main character anymore. It's like this generation of basketball stars.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's not how I wanted to end it that way, but you know,
but
this
then it's like the only option.
like you're freaking 38 years old. What the hell do you do as a baseball player? Fuck
Be a
you.
coach. Man. Then
That's the
again-
only
then
option way to
again,
go, but you
like
know.
Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas weren't good as like managing their teams.
Don't even mention, especially Isaiah Thomas, man.
Nah, Michael Jordan, the Charlotte
Yeah,
Bobcats.
he's an owner. This guy can
Kwame Brown.
Kwame Brown. He could have been good actually, though.
Yeah.
He's not that bad of a player, to be honest. I mean, he's NBA material type of player, but you know, it's because he's a first round pick that everyone disrespects the
Yeah.
poor guy. I mean, I applaud him because he has small hands like I do, very tiny hands like I do, and if he can handle the NBA somehow for the like, he's there, he's been there. He never retired at all yet.
Go figure.
He's like in his 13th year in the NBA. And he's still like hanging on in there, you know. So I applaud Kwame Brown for sticking on with the NBA. So that's like my intake on the best anime of all time, in my opinion.
Or to a certain degree, sports anime.
Sports anime.
Because
But
there's actually a lot of sports anime.
there's a lot of sports anime. And have you seen soccer anime before? Like any type of
Nope.
soccer? Oh,
There's
there's an actual golf anime. Golf.
yeah, no.
Oh, have you seen Dando?
I think I've
Dando. It's
I've
like
probably seen it.
it's a very like
I know, like-
kiddie-ish-
I
it's like treehouse animation.
Oh, okay.
And like
Not it's golf.
no,
What
but
do you
it's
expect?
actually no. The weirdest part about that golf anime is that it's so interesting to watch.
There was like Prince of Tennis. Have you seen?
Oh, but
I think that was like my introduction to like sports anime. Prince of Tennis.
Prince of Tennis. I mean, the hype of it was so like if
I wasn't.
someone,
Don't worry, I wasn't into it too.
oh,
Like,
okay, but like if people were to tell me, you know, if you want to watch sports anime, Prince of Tennis is the thing to watch because it's the best sports anime of all time. I never got introduced to Prince of Tennis until like I watched Major because that show was actually pretty underrated. It was actually really underrated for most like anime out there in the world. But like Prince of Tennis, the story, it's actually not bad. It's like
I play tennis too, so that's like that was sort of how I got somewhat interested into it. But then, yeah, of course,
all three of us in this room has
we play tennis. But the thing is, like, I watch it too, and I actually enjoy watching it. But the thing that you have to understand, though, what tennis is, it's an expensive hobby. So it's like really, you know, I think a lot of
It's
people.
not expensive. You
No,
just
it
need
is.
a racket.
No,
and a good
if you
shoe.
like want to like if you go to like sessions and stuff like that. It's
Oh,
quite expensive.
sesh.
And like you practice and like you compete in it.
Have you
Tennis.
tried facing our Mr. Furia in tennis before?
Yeah.
The guy is one fat ass motherfucker, but can still play some pretty badass
Yeah.
tennis. Like God, shit.
But so that's the thing. Like I think, you know, I guess I guess to a certain degree why it's popular is because, you know,
fangirls love the main protagonist.
but like I can't get into it because like I understand sort of the thing about tennis and like sort of how it's sort of I don't want to say it's a rich person's sport, but yeah, I'm not like really attached to it because
Well,
of
if you want rich,
Just
golf is a rich sport.
Yeah,
that's
good point,
that's
good
the
point.
rich sport.
yeah.
I
It
mean,
is.
you go to like club links in Canada.
I played
and
golf before though. It's pretty fun.
We all play. I played golf in gym in my like.
No,
high
not in
school
gym,
days.
like in real life.
Oh, you did? You actually did?
Like driving the buggy.
You
Yeah.
actually drove the thing. You're not even allowed to. Are you allowed to drive that?
Yeah.
I thought you need like a license to do that.
Are they?
Yeah. No way.
Then I must have
Then
gone
your
to some.
then your
Then I,
dad.
s- then I s- must have gone to some place. I one of my friends. That's why.
Oh, then probably your friends was like a company with a license or something like
Maybe.
that. So like Prince of Tennis.
Prince of Tennis. I'm like, for me, I'm like, about it.
Well, it's not bad to a certain degree. I mean, there are parts in there where I did get into it. It's like it's also Dragon Ball Z.
Style.
I mean, holy. Okay, you know what? I can go on with this shit because there's like moments in tennis where you're mind fucked too. I mean, there's a guy who would like freaking do a freaking long ass shot, like a highest shot ever. It
like
was
he jumps in the air like it's a slam.
no,
It's a
no,
slam.
no, no. Well, that one too was mind fuck because for some reason he has some like basketball athletic hoops. He should play basketball.
And he
first.
jumps up in the air, like slams the ball, like with the racket.
The stupid part about that move, because it seems like it's so deadly, is that anyone could stop that.
Yeah.
It's so weird. And like, there's a guy who would freaking put his racket all the way down.
Yeah, the thing is too, if you like understand, if you watch tennis like I do, and understand like how the physics work with hitting the ball, and like from watching tennis, some of the stuff that you'll watch on like Prince of Tennis, you'll be like, that's not possible.
Have you seen Eyeshield 21? Everything you see there is impossible.
It's an anime.
Eyeshield 21.
But then
it's a
again,
football anime, American football anime. You haven't heard that before?
No.
That's also like Prince of Tennis, where everyone would say, "You want to watch sports anime? Eyeshield 21's the shit." Like,
it's football too, so they can like set up so much like shit for it because of like the tackle. It's like
it's no, but like, it's so I can't even speak about this because it's just fucking weird. We have a main character who is a gopher. You know what a gopher is?
No.
Like, you know, not literally a gopher, but like he plays off like a gopher where you tell him what to do and he'll do it for you. He's he's getting bullied by people.
Mm-hmm.
Because of all the errands that he has to do, he's really, really fast. I mean, I'll go say that he's really, really fast in a way that people would say he's in light speed.
So then he could be a running back.
That's the thing.
He
Here's the
becomes
weird
a
part.
running back.
But you should see his abilities, what he can do. His ability in football, you can go through a defender like a ghost.
Like a ghost.
Like you run so fast that he would go through you. Like instead of like going like turning around or like making a turn or like making a crossover, he would go through you. That's how fast this guy is.
Just to like coin the popular meme, physics. Why you know in the sports anime?
Fucking like things like that. Kuroko Basketball, Eyeshield 21, and Prince of Tennis. I understand where people love it because it's just so unreal, but that's just a problem because it's just so unreal.
And it makes something that like, I know sports are fun and all that stuff, but at the same time, like they're very regular. Like it's like normal stuff. So like they make like sports just hype. Like they hype like it's the hypest shit in the world. Like with sports, like when you like do like a pass, it's like doing kamehameha in basketball.
Yeah. Or where you do a freaking Prince of Tennis where you slam that freaking tennis ball up in like freaking the highest point ever, like a sea.
Solar
You jump
flare.
so high, like
it's like solar flare, where like the ball's there.
you jump higher than freaking CN Tower, and for some reason you can still slam that shit down and still have the ability to jump so high like that. And then you go with Eyeshield, where apparently you can go through people,
Like defenders.
because you're so freaking fast that you can just go through people.
Like you get through the defensive tackle, like the wall in defense.
Here's the most mind fucked ever about that show, by the way. There's some defenders where you can go through them, but then for some strange reason, a defender will go Luffy on your ass and gum their arms out, stretch out the living crap out of it, and he would still get you, even though he's still freaking fast. That's like an additional mind fuck to that, where for some reason they can still get you, even though you're that freaking fast.
The way I could like sort of look into this now, it's sort of like if you played like Mario Sports.
Oh, I love that shit.
Like Mario sports.
Mario Baseball, Mario Golf. I played every single Mario game out there for GameCube.
Yeah, we love it because of like it's so like it's like it's like taking your favorite sports and putting like action paction in it.
Yeah.
I think that's what anime is doing with like these sports. Except we're not playing it though, like Mario sports. But honestly, come on, like when you play Mario Soccer and like you do like your special move,
Oh my
or you
god.
jump up in the air like Matrix style, and like you do, and then also like you light on fire. Like start kicking like multiple balls. Man.
And apparently, for some strange reason, when you kick a soccer, when you actually make a perfect shot, the crocodile would like go like try to grab it, but for some reason the ball pushes so hard to you that the crocodile goes into the goal with it.
Yeah.
So fucked up.
So yeah, physics in Mario like sports or whatever sports games there are. Yeah, they really don't sometimes apply. So I guess that's what anime is doing. But to a certain degree, I guess anime, when they do like apply physics to it and a good story to sports anime, they could be really good.
I'll say this: for those 3 animes that are just so unreal, I recommend watching it if you're into like unreal, like impossible things that would happen in real life. I say watch Prince of Tennis, watch Eyeshield, watch like Kuroko Basketball, because those are things where
And if
it
you're
never happens and you wish you could do that shit.
and
I wish I can go all the way full court in the other side
and half court that shit.
and shoot that. I would like to go back to that, by the way. That green-haired guy where he takes a half-court shot. After he takes a shot, he turns around and goes back on defense. It doesn't even bother to take a look at that shot, seeing if it will go in. He just knows it goes in. He turns around, looks like a boss, and goes like, yo, let's go to defense, guys. Hurry up now. And the ball would still be up there. And like everyone's just like, wait, what are you doing? It's like, just go back on D, because it's got to go in. Mind fucked.
when the red hair guy, I think, or auburn hair guy, he like slam dunks it. He rips like the actual.
He breaks the hoop.
That's not physics, because the thing is like when you break the hoop, the thing is like you'll fall down. He actually comes down, lands on 2 feet with the net on his hand. That won't work. If it breaks, you fall on your ass.
He hanged. He did hang time on that rim.
And it still breaks.
He still breaks it, and he still, for some reason, safely landed on his 2 feet.
On 2 feet.
And tells him, okay, now can you finally take us to a full court like match now?
Like while holding the net, like
Like a boss. LeBron James, if LeBron James were to watch this, where it would be impossible because I don't think he'd be into this shit. I recommend LeBron James to take a look at Kuroko Basketball and see if he can do all this shit.
Daryl Dawkins, man, like the guy. Daryl Dawkins, a player who was able to actually like break the glass. He landed on it like he didn't even land as smoothly as this guy.
Like even though he landed safely, it wasn't as smooth as what this freaking red-haired dude did, where he just like it just happens. Like, yeah, I broke a net. Let's go to a full court now.
He could do that, but then for some reason he has trouble playing defense.
So yeah, guys, I say recommendation, watch it.
If you're into some unreal shit,
Love mindfucks, you love impossible things, watch it. I'm a sports guy myself, so that's why I don't like watching impossible shit happen. But if you guys don't like sports anime, but you like to see something that's so different from what sports is
and real and has heart, watch watch Major and watch Slam Dunk.
If you want heart, realness, slice of life stuff,
and are into sports in general,
sports, and you actually get to see a player grow up to where it becomes he's the best. Bam. Watch Major Slam Dunk. But if you like mindfucks, go watch like Kuroko Basketball, Eyeshield 21, and what was the other one I said? Prince of Tennis. So there you go, guys. That's from me, the man who loves watching sports anime. You love that shit? Go watch that shit. So that we finally got over with the sports anime. I haven't talked about what I've watched lately, which is weird.
There we go.
Well, I did watch Major 5 years ago, but this week I've watched reruns of Haruhi.
Oh god.
And Lucky Star. Though I was so busy this week, I didn't have a chance to like watch a lot of animes. But there's a lot of reviews out there who kind of like didn't like Haruhi for some strange reason. Like a majority of them. Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. So I rewatched it again because I've watched it before, but I took a watch again because I've watched it when I was like, back in elementary school. So I took a chance to rewatch it.
I never watched it. I don't know why I don't know why I never watched it, but like I don't know why I think I never got into it.
That's weird because okay, I kind of see where you're going with this because the story is really mind fucked.
It is.
But it's not bad like Prince of Tennis, Kuroko Basketball, and Eyeshield 21.
Yeah, but like in like Haruhi, like it's like the episodes are like so fucked when like the arrangement of them.
Like it is so confusing too sometimes.
I guess it's not as bad as School Days.
Okay. No. Okay, yeah, I did say before I did love School Days, but this anime is much better than School Days. Haruhi is not bad.
She's God.
She's God.
Well, I know that I know that.
What's mind fucked about this entire thing though is the fact that she created the world 3 years ago.
But she doesn't remember.
And the mind fucked about this too is that she doesn't even know she's God. Which when they also tell if you tell Haruhi that she's God, she's gonna do something bad. Like they're portraying her as like she's a freaking villain, and you gotta make sure she doesn't know that she's God.
Even though she fuck shit up.
Even though she's the protagonist of the show, they're acting her like she's the villain of the show. And then we got like Esper and like aliens and time travelers in the show, where their role is to warn a normal human being who apparently is so special to the show because he doesn't even know, but he was part of her life many, many times. And he doesn't know that. So basically this entire anime show was about, I gotta warn you, watch out for her. That's it. If you fuck up everything in this life, she's going to say, I hate this world, and and the world's gonna get destroyed. That's like the entire moral of the show. But with like long like conversations about this warning. So the goal of this show was to basically try their best not to get her bored. That's it. But it's not that bad of a show though.
See, like from the thing I'll say this about like that show is if it set it up like perfectly or if it
did though. That's,
okay, I know. I guess for what it is.
Okay, maybe the way I said it maybe didn't seem you guys were interested, but it did. It gets you into it. The conversations with each other, development with them, it's confusing, but you see it.
No, I'm just saying like, okay, let me rephrase. If this show like set itself, like if it still kept sort of along the lines of its atmosphere, but if it set it up differently, I think this show could have been like the Doctor Who of anime, if you know what Doctor Who is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
because it has aliens, it has like this entity that's all powerful. While in like Doctor Who, like that entity is the Doctor. So like, yeah, it could have been like the Doctor Who of anime if the setup was different.
I can understand the hype.
This alien suit and time travel.
Yeah, I can understand the hype in this anime because there's so many fangirls who do this stupid dance at the end of the show. Where sometimes you do get irritated seeing these ugly people trying to attempt to do what they do. I'll be honest, I've actually tried doing the Haruhi Yukai dance. And I'll say this too, I've enjoyed doing it. I'm one of those ugly people who did it because I loved watching them dance. It was pretty cool.
Don't worry. Do you know the movie Grease?
Yep.
I did the Grease lightning dance. Like,
I'm pretty sure everyone did that. But then there's like anime reviewers out there who's just like, you're lame. Stop doing this shit.
I guess to a certain degree, yeah. Like, Because it'll reach a point when it gets annoying.
Like, okay, Gigguk
An anime reviewer.
an anime reviewer on YouTube. He's very famous. A very famous anime reviewer on YouTube. He has made a review on the show where it got me to the point where I have to rewatch it again and see if, some of his points were right. I don't think most of his points were on the dot. Because when I watched this...
Are you a fanboy of this show?
I'm not a fanboy. Like, I've only watched this the second time around just to, like, see if he was right. Because I've watched this before and I thought, it's not bad of a show. I enjoyed it. But it seems like he didn't like it because it was just, because of all that mind fuckery that happens in the show.
I guess it's not like... I guess it depends on like what your interest is. Maybe like that's not his cup of tea, like the Haruhi stuff.
He also didn't like Lucky Star, which back then I actually loved the show.
Then again, like, I mean, like once again, different interest.
Have you watched Lucky Star before?
No, but I've seen the opening and and like it's like I said, it's not my cup of tea.
Okay.
That's why that's why I was so reluctant to watch the magic
The Magic Madoka?
Yeah, Madoka yeah, that's Magica. Why yeah, my bad. That's why I was so reluctant to watch Madoka Magica because I thought it was like that cutesy type of thing. But then which to a certain degree I guess it was because of how like the character design is, but then like you watch it and it's not. And it's like and then like it's completely different from what you expected, and it was good. Watching Lucky Star, from what I see, it seems exactly what it is.
I can understand because like Gigguk, he's a very hard reviewer to impress. Like if
but Fate Zero got a 9.5.
Yeah, because that show is actually really really good. But there's a lot of anime out there. When he watches it, you have to really impress this guy to like make him like it. Lucky Star is just so simple. Maybe he likes the complicated shit. Gigguk, I know him. I don't know him, but just judging from what he does in his reviews, he loves watching the complicated stuff. Like Steins Gate's pretty like
Death Note.
Death Note. Did he like Death Note?
I think he never did. Did he do a review of Death Note?
I think he did, but I never like.
He liked Death Note in the sense that like from like the beginning, but then when it takes a nosedive, like in the second half, then yeah.
He also liked Code Geass pretty like as much. Like he gave it 8.10 for Code Geass.
8.10. That's a 9.
8.10. Sorry. 8. Sorry, 8 out of 10. Sorry about that. And that's also like a little complicated here and there.
Yeah.
But like, look, maybe you don't like it because it's just too simple. Like.
Then again, I like some of the I like random shit too.
Yeah, but like this, maybe it's so simple because they only focus on the random shit that happens in the show. Like just pure random. The funny thing is that when I watch this show, I can relate this to life. It's like a slice of life show. You actually have to watch the show to understand what I'm talking about because their conversation sometimes is like your typical conversations with friends where they just talk about like a certain subject and they go on with it with a little argument here and there. And like we got like a person, who loves anime. I can relate to her. She loves anime. She's athletic. Well, not athletic, but she loves sports. Well, no. She doesn't love sports, but she's athletic and she loves anime. She doesn't like doing anything physical. She's lazy as fuck. That's why I can relate to her. And for some reason, it's because of that and like how simple the show is. I loved it so much. And then, like, to all you guys out there who think Lucky Star is just all random fuckery, I would say try and think and watch the show, and you can somehow relate to this in some sort of way, because like I did, because I think the show ended up being so addicting to watch, even though it was just so simple. So Haruhi, Lucky Star. If you guys haven't watched both of those anime, I would say I recommend watching it for Haruhi for one. If you love all that long conversation, the slow build up, and the mind blownness that happens in that show, and for Lucky Star if you love watching, just pure simple randomness, because that's what that show's all about.
Damn pants. What? Adjustable
is
pants.
that is that all we gotta say here?
I guess so.
Well, it's not bad. I mean, we talked about stuff for like an hour 13 minutes, so I guess we could stop here.
Yeah. Is it like usually when like podcasts exceed past an hour?
Yeah,
When it's like 2 hours and shit, I'm like, fuck, no.
yeah,
Because it's just talk.
yeah. So I guess, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the Otaku Nation podcast episode 3. I hope if you guys haven't heard of us before, go please join Facebook group Anime Lovers, facebook.com/group/Anime Lovers admin.
That sounds so over.
Admit. I know it's pretty long, but you can spell that out. It's not that hard to spell. If you guys can't spell Anime Lovers, then the hell's
Go
wrong
on
with
Facebook.
Just go on Facebook, search for Anime Lovers.
Search Anime Lovers. Look for it. The picture. The picture is like a Pokemon picture.
It's a pretty epic Pokemon covered and made by my cousin, by the way, who was a former admin of the group.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a former admin, but he didn't want to be part of it anymore.
So yeah, just a simple plug to the page there.
Yeah. Also to you guys out there, anime lovers who are watching this, tomorrow, I'm gonna be posting a written review of a certain anime, My Little Monster. So tune in for that, because I know there's a lot of people who wanted me to do that.
My Little Monster.
Yeah,
I gotta look this up.
You can just wait till my review. It's actually put my heart and soul into it probably, but it's all like bad spelling mistakes and bad grammar here and there. But try to handle it. I mean, it's by the heart, and I think this review is gonna be interesting. So guys, thank you for watching. He is AKA Storytime Real Talks with Jayvee Pasqua.
And he is the road trip auctioneer,
John Larry Bato. And I say good deeds. See you later. Adios, amigos.
See you later, guys.